I don't understand why I'm getting nervous talking to a camera. No one at this point is going to see this, but I'm kind of nervous, which is kind of weird. Last month, month and a half ago or so, I went to the doctor's for just a routine physical, and actually I hadn't done a physical in quite some time. So I went and expecting the usual stuff, right? And anytime that I've done a physical in the past, especially in my 20s and early 30s now, Jesus Christ, can't believe I'm saying that. It's always been, really great blood work, right? Especially when it comes to the blood work. It's always been great. Your numbers are always fantastic, X, Y, and Z, right? But the one thing that has been consistent with doctors is you've got to lose the weight. Your blood work is great. Your liver function is fantastic. You just have to lose a Backstreet Boy worth of weight, right? Which, hey, I'm a big guy. If you don't know, I'm a big guy. I was blessed with wide hips and big thighs, right? So the doctor's appointment started off as normal, kind of go in, get checked in, and the first thing that you do is step on the scale. So I stepped on the scale, and at this point I had kind of already known that I was going to see a big number, right? I kind of guesstimated by my size and, the size pants that I was wearing, the size shirt that I was wearing, that it was going to be a big number, right? And for those who are big, fluffy individuals, sometimes you've got to buy specialty scales or look for specialty scales if you want to kind of get a better idea of what it is that you weigh, right? So stepping on the scale, I saw a number that I was not expecting, and it was a very big number. I've never been this number before. It's 442 pounds. That is a wild number, right? In my head, I had always told myself that, I'm never going to get to that point where I'm going to, struggle to put my shoes on, tie my shoes, or, walking around a theme park, having to take frequent breaks and so on and so forth, and kind of seeing that number on the scale was scary, right? Because even though, I all the blood work and stuff like that is fantastic, at some point the body is going to turn on it, right? And if I don't make any sort of changes, I could be looking at, a bad situation, right? I'm not going to say anything negative or anything like that. So, I sit in the doctor's room, and immediately my mind goes to, we need help. We need to figure this thing out because, with my lease, my wife, and us, and together, starting our IVF journey here, hopefully pretty soon, or sooner rather than later, I want to be able to chase the kid around once it comes that time. I want to be able to get onto rides whenever the kid wants to get on a ride, and that's just, as of right now, it's not feasible, right? I've unfortunately have had that experience of doing the walk of shame because I don't fit onto a particular ride. If you guys don't know, my lease and I, we are Disney adults. We go to Disney on a regular basis. You see my post all the time. My lease is not on social media, so you don't see her post, but her phone is littered with photos from Disney World. The one time we've gone to Disneyland, hopefully we go back soon, but there's rides that I can't get on because I'm a big guy. There's rides that I haven't been able to get on because I'm a big guy, and when you're this big, you run through those anxieties, right? And I'm not one. I've never had anxiety in my life. And going to the theme parks or going on a cruise, for instance, my mind immediately starts thinking of, how am I going to fit it here? How am I going to get here? Are we going to be able to go sit at this restaurant, or do I have to, when we get to that restaurant, ask for special seating, right? Something with no arms, right? No armrests, or something very open. Or can I just kind of squeeze in and be uncomfortable for the 30 or 45 minutes we're going to be here, or for the 2 hours that we're going to go sit for a Broadway show on the cruise or something like that, right? I can do it. I can be okay with that, and that's not fun. And I dealt with it for quite a bit. I mean, I've been a big kid since middle school, right? And I might even say, hell, I might have even been a big kid, growing up, right? But at the end of the day, I ultimately asked the doctor, to put me in touch with a weight loss surgery, something that drastic, right? I'm the type of person, if you tell me no, that I can't do something, like physically cannot do something, right? Like lift a building, right? I'm not going to go out and go attempt to lift a building, right? And obviously I can't do that, but if you tell me that I can't eat so much food anymore, like I'm not going to physically try to fit an entire piece of a pizza pie into my stomach, right? Which sadly is something that I've been able to do, right? On days when I sit there and eat, right? Because my lease is out visiting a friend or something like that. I'm like, all right, now I get to eat what I want to eat, and it ends up being, a sweet with a pizza. And then once I'm done, a couple of hours later, I start grazing and start looking for a sweet, right? If I can't do that anymore, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to force it, right? And that's kind of where we are at. So last month I met with a weight loss surgeon, and we are moving forward. Hopefully within a year plus or so, I will lose that Backstreet Boys worth of weight. And the end goal is to obviously live a much healthier lifestyle, also to be able to fit into normal clothes and not having to go shop in the big and tall section. Well, I can't stop the tall feature, right? I'm 6'1", I can't stop that, right? But I want to be able to go to a shop at Old Navy. I want to be able to shop at Abercrombie and Fitch. No, I take that back. I'm probably never going to shop at Abercrombie and Fitch, but I want to be able to shop at normal places, right? And so realistically, at the end of the day, that's what I'm going for, right? I want to live a happier and healthier, more fitted lifestyle. I want to lose all of this weight. I want to wear normal clothes. I want to be able to go to Disneyland or Disney World and not have to worry about fitting onto rides. I want to be able to say, hey, I want to get on that ride. Let's go. No issues, no problems. Not have that anxiety anymore of not being able to fit onto a ride or fit into a chair, right? And obviously with a weight loss surgery, there's a lot of research that go into it and stuff like that. But ultimately, I just wanted to kind of record and my thoughts now, and potentially go into like a vlogging situation, because I do see a lot of pages like that. So if you guys see my kind of page kind of take a turn or a change, that's what I'm doing. If you want to support, fantastic. I'd love it. I obviously, if you guys don't know, I work for Apple, so I've got an Apple Watch. So if you've got my number, or if you want to DM to do the fitness stuff, following along with fitness and cheering each other on when you do a workout, or even the challenges and stuff like that, I'm down for it, right? Part of this journey before I do the weight loss surgery is I have to be on a 3-month plan with a nutritionist. So I'm already in month number 1. I actually go tomorrow for my first weigh-in, and I did break down and buy a scale. I was kind of resistant to that idea of buying a scale, but I figured, why not? And I went ahead and got the scale. I stepped on it for the first time, and a month in, I'm already down 20 some odd pounds. I think it was like 23, 24 pounds I'm at. So I'm hoping by tomorrow, by my weigh-in, it's closer to 30. It'd be great to see 30 pounds down, going into October, November, in the low 400s. So it'd be pretty cool to see that. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of just say that I'm on this journey, which is pretty cool. And it's still surreal to see what other people have gone through with weight loss surgery, and see their results in a short period of time, right? There's a couple of pages that I followed that within 8 to 9 months they've already dropped 120 some odd pounds. According to my doctor, he says with the excess weight that I'm carrying, within a year I could drop anywhere between 150 and 170 pounds. I'm like, that's badass, right? I've never been able to lose that kind of weight. But I think the most exciting part behind it is that losing it and keeping it off, right? Because again, my stomach is only going to be so big, so I can't fit what I would normally fit, right? My body will physically tell me that I cannot eat any more food. I can't put anything else in there, or else there are going to be serious consequences. And look, my thoughts on our healthcare system are wild. We can save that for another post or another video, but just the thought of me doing damage to my body because I wanted to fit an extra slice of pizza or chicken wing or another cookie, or another peanut butter cup, shout out peanut butter gang, and it costing a stupid amount of money to repair, is something that I do not want to experience at all. So that's where we are at, and that's it. So hopefully by December, my 37th birthday, going into 2023, we will be on a very new journey. And hopefully by my 40th birthday, holy shit, my 40th birthday, I will be a completely different size for the first time in my life, which is pretty badass to think of. Shout out to the family, who have been unbelievably supportive. When I was actually kind of scared to talk to a bunch of my family about it, but ultimately after I kind of explained to them where I was at, they were super supportive. But the ball to the biggest cheerleader goes to Miley's, my wife. She's been pretty badass, and I know she's on her fitness journey to get down to a specific number, so that way IVF is not a problem, or carrying a child is not a problem. So as much as I'm her cheerleader, she is mine as well too, which is pretty awesome. So with that, we're actually getting ready to go on a little date, which is pretty awesome. She planned the whole thing, so I don't know exactly where we are going, but so that's it for video number 1, post number 1, of my weight loss journey. So I don't have a catchy end phrase yet, but I'm assuming sometime in the near future, hopefully one comes to me. But other than that, if any of you all have any questions, or just want to send DMs for DM's sake, I'm down. Today's October 11th, so today's day 1 of the Lightning's hockey season. The Lightning are taking on the Rangers, which is awesome, so I'm super excited. Hopefully I catch a little bit of that later on tonight. Take care.